Hello everybody, welcome back to another video, and today we're going to be doing a tutorial on today's video. Now, I just wanted to get this video up today. I want to make it quick because the videos can only be 15 minutes long with YouTube and everything. But anyways, the fingers that I'm going to be doing are the fingers that are in my edge rig. If you don't have it, go check it out. It's on my other video. This is my very first video. Go check it out, download it because it is a free rig. But anyways, let's get into it. So, first of all, add a block, not two. I didn't mean to add 2 blocks. Just add. Tutorial starting great. Okay, so for the X size, you want it to be 6.25 because that's the size of a pixel. And for the height, you want it to be 6.25 times 5. Now to do the times, it's just Shift and 8. And then you should get 31.25, and then you want to go 6.25. And that's the size of just one finger that we're going to do. Now for the segments, just do the Y segments and put it to 5 because it's going to be 5 pixels. And for display, you're going to want to turn on Gorod shading lines. So there you go, you can see it. Now you want to turn this into a polygonal object. Like make it edible. Let's rename it to finger. And there you have it. But anyways, let's add the bones. We would click on character, and then go to joint. Let's drag this joint. Oh, first we want to turn on snapping. So go to mode, modeling, quantize, enable quantizing, and you want for movement you want 6.25. So move this joint not to the top. Actually, change it to. For the 6.25, you want to click on it and click the slash button to divide it and do 2. So it should do 3.125. And it'll move it not to the top, but sort of to the middle top pixel. And hold Control, drag down, and let go. And then you want to do that again. You just want to drag it down 6.25. But for this one, we want to drag it down 12.5. And we want to drag it down again, 6.25. And now we want to connect the joints. So we want to connect the bottom joint to the second to the bottom joint, and the bottom joint to the second top joint, and the second top joint to the top joint. And then we want to select everything, go to character, commands, and bind. So now, as we can see, if we click on the second top joint, we can rotate it, and it works. But you can see the rigid bend is ugly and does not look good at all. So what we're going to do to fix that is going to click on the finger, and we're going to go to character, and we're going to click add point morph. And so you should have base pose and then pose.0. Double click it to rename it. Let's name it bend pose. So that should work, and we just want to make sure we're clicked on bend pose, and we want to take this edge. We want to use the edges mode, and say this. So we're going to turn to this side. To say this side is going to be the outwards part of the finger. So you want to take this edge right here, and you want to move it down 6.25, and then you want to take this other edge that's right here, and then want to move it down 6.25. So now, we click on the pose morph, and the strength right here, if we change it, it'll go from 0 to 95, and as you can see, it moves it. So click on animate for it, and then let's rotate the joint to see what it's like. Oh, sorry. And as you can see, it's rigid, but it does look still ugly. So we're going to fix that. So right click on the finger, go to Cinma4D tags, and then you want to click Espresso, and you want to add the finger to here. Actually, sorry, never mind. You do not want to add the finger to there. You want to add this joint and that joint. You can rename them if you want, but for these we want to click on the red and go to coordinates, rotation, and we have to see what the bones rotate on. So if we click on it and rotate it, we can see that it rotates on the P axis. So, well, yours may be different depending on how you start it. So, I would go to coordinates, rotation, P. For you it could be B. Hold Control, double click on it to expand it. Then you go to coordinates, rotation, P. And then we want to go new node, right click to go new node, espresso, calculate, and then range mapper. And you want to add the point morph, or pose morph, and you want to go to tag for the blue part. You want to go to tag properties. Then you want to go to bend pose strength, and you want to copy the range mapper. Oh, never mind. Sorry. Now, what you want to do is, for the range mapper, you want to change the input range to degree, and you want to change the output range to percent. And when it rotates, let's make it so when it rotates 90 degrees, the pose morphs will be at 100%. So drag this to here, drag that to there. And of course, we can only do one at a time. So we'll just do this. We'll do it one way. That there's no need to have that in there, because so now what that's going to do is, the way the controller is going to work is it's going to rotate both of the joints at a time. So we'll be fine for that. So as you can see, the bend does look a lot better. So now let's do this. Let's drag the joint 1 and the joint 2 into here. Let's drag them over here. And for the blue part, we want the coordinates to be rotation, and then P, and then back once again, rotation, P. Sorry, I'm doing this a little fast. I can slow down. I'll actually slow down a little bit here, because I'm going quite fast. And then we're going to new node, espresso, calculate, and then range mapper. So we're going to go radians, and then degree. So change the degree to 90 degrees. And now we actually have to add the controller. So add a block. Let's make it about 3.125 by, we'll go 12.5. And then we'll go 3.125. We'll move it out here, drag it up a bit, and then we'll Control C, Control V to copy it. This time we're just going to change the height to 3.125. And we're actually going to be doing, let's change the size to 3.25. Oh, sorry. We'll change this block to, we'll divide this by 2, and then divide that by 2. And then we'll convert both these to a polygon. Name this the controller. The reason I'm trying to do this tutorial quickly is because I can only have it 15 minutes long. And then for this we'll do controller base. So drag the controller into the controller base, and I'll right click, go to Cinma4D tags, and go to protection. And then you want to click on, for the P, which is position, you want to go to limit. And for the Y axis, you want to do minimum, would be -6.25. And for the maximum, we'll do +6.25. You don't have to do the plus sign, but I do. And anyways, that means you can only move it this much. So let's just color this with colors on. Change it to maybe a slight blue, like that. And then we'll change this back to that similar blue, like that. I'll turn X-ray on for both of them. And for the controllers right here, you want to make sure the controller base there, both of them, by making the bottom 2 circles red, which makes them invisible in the renderer. Because if you don't have them like that, they will be visible in the renderer. So now what we want to do is we want to drag the controller into here, and we want to click on the red, and the red needs to be coordinates, position, and then Y, because it's moving up and down, and the Y axis is the up and down. So for the range mapper, we're going to click back on that. For the input upper, we're going to go 6.25, because that's how much it's going to be moving up. And anyways, we're going to end the input lower. We're going to go negative 6.25, and we'll just connect the lines right here. I'll connect it to both of them. So there we go. Now when we rotate, it'll only rotate the one though. So we have to add this one in too, sorry. So there we go. Now it rotates the whole finger, and as you can see, it looks really nice. Like if we render it, it's nice and rigid. Like a lot of people like rigid bends. If you don't like rigid bends, add a pose more or hyper NURBS to it. If you want. And then the edges, you can click U and then L, and click on each side, but shift click each side. Looks like a hot dog at the moment, but we'll fix that. And then once you clicked each side, you want to click on Mesh, Transform Tools, and Weight Subdivision Surface. You want to change it. This part's just what you would like. Actually, change it to 100%. And there you go. They're nice and smooth bends. And let's turn off the modeling. So now, when I move it up, it's nice and smooth bending. But you don't have to do that part. You can just uncheck it if you don't like it. Yeah, and say you want, for the whole hand, you just want to group all this, group objects, let's name it finger, and then we'll just hold control and drag them. Let's actually turn modeling on. So modeling, enable that, control drag, control drag, and then there's the 4 fingers that you would need, and the thumb is very simple. You want to just pretty much recreate the finger except with like 2 bones instead of 3. And if you're confused with that, just watch the video again. So yeah, now you have a full working hand. Let's turn off modeling and just look at the hand. If you neat little trick if you do, you can move them all down like this, but not a lot of people like the fingers to be all the same. That looks kind of ugly. So if you have them all selected, you can rotate them slightly, and it looks like that. So it looks pretty nice. And remember, you can turn on the subdivision surfaces to make them smooth. Oops, sorry. So yeah, that is pretty much it for the video. But anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time.